new year often signifies a fresh start for many people. For some, this means setting health goals such as losing weight, following a healthier diet, and starting an exercise routine. However, more often than not, the health and wellness resolutions chosen are highly restrictive and unsustainable, leading more people to break the resolutions within a few weeks. This is why many people make the same resolutions year after year. I'm now joined by Dr. Abhishek Raut, Medical Director at Appletree Medical Group, to discuss some healthy New Year's resolutions you can actually keep. Dr. Raut, thanks for joining me today.
Great to be here.
Now, a lot of people want to kick off the new year being healthier, as I mentioned, and that usually starts with diet. Now, what are ways that people can eat healthier, like more whole foods, but do that on a budget? A lot of people struggle with buying those healthier foods because, let's admit, they're very expensive.
I agree. What we are seeing is the prices of whole foods going up considerably there. And there is a reason as well, because we do see that whole foods are minimally processed. They retain most of their natural nutrients. So aiming for a mix of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats in your diet are very helpful. What you would want to do is focus on nutrient-dense foods. So fruits and vegetables and whole grains are very helpful. Proteins that are lean, so lean meats, fish can be quite helpful in bringing your protein counts out. Legumes, nuts, and seeds. Uh, Meal prep is probably one of the most important things that we are seeing as a trend, which is actually helping quite a bit with cost as well. It helps you have a lot of healthy choices and avoid the temptation of unhealthy snacks. And at the same time, batch preparation of healthy meals can be quite useful in the budget as well. Finally, what I would say is staying hydrated, drinking plenty of water during the day. Sometimes thirst can be mistaken for hunger, and that leads to overeating. So water is really essential for our overall health and also curbing our appetite.
And one of the most popular resolutions is to go and be more active. And this tends to wear off pretty quickly. I can attest to that. Now, what are some things that people who work a desk job, what can they do throughout the day to find ways to move around and get active and get up from sitting?
Right. I think the key here is setting goals that can be used throughout the year, as opposed to very big goals that may not be achievable.
Mhm.
Some people will set goals like taking short breaks. So just setting a timer to remind yourself to take a short break every hour, and you can use these breaks to stretch or walk around your office. Some people use desk exercises as a goal. So many exercises you can do right at your desk. Seated leg raises, shoulder shrugs, and neck stretchers can be very helpful here. Using a standing desk. So using a standing desk definitely burns more calories than a seated desk. And standing can also reduce the negative effects of prolonged sitting. Some companies and some meetings also do a walk and talk, which means everyone is walking during their meeting or during their lunch, and that we find that we can increase the activity counts there as well. And then finally, active commutes. So if you can walk, perhaps not in this weather, but if you can walk to work, go ahead. If you have a couple of stairs to go into work, take the stairs. And all those little things add up in time to keep our fitness goals in check.
And cutting back on screen time is a resolution that not only a lot of people make, but I think a lot of people need. Why is it so important for people to actually minimize screen time?
I think it's a crucial resolution, really. For many people, it brings out numerous benefits, both physically and mentally, and that's why it's so important. Physically, of course, protecting eye health. We can see a lot of digital eye strain. We see dry eyes, blurry vision, and headaches. Oftentimes, that is the blue light emitted by screens, which can also disrupt our sleep patterns. We see a huge improvement in physical health. So when you decrease screen times, you will naturally decrease a sedentary lifestyle as well. So we see obesity, cardiovascular disease, and poor posture improving when we see a decrease in screen times. Finally, enhancing mental health. We know from a lot of studies, high levels of screen time, especially on social media, have been associated with increased feelings of anxiety, depression, and loneliness. So reducing that screen time can really help improve the mental well-being by allowing more face-to-face interaction and activities that really promote mental health there.
Now, we do have under a minute here, but through the winter months, you've talked about mental health. A lot of people experience burnout and less motivation. How important is getting enough sleep to help you avoid that burnout and actually benefiting your mental health?
Right, so we see this quite a bit. So people complain about not having enough sleep, and sleep is really essential in restoring cognitive function, including memory, learning, and decision making. We know sleep regulates mood. Mood can play a huge role here, and decreased sleep can lead to irritability, anxiety, and depression. Sleep really supports physical health. It helps repair and restore the body. And during sleep, we do have lots of important hormones that are produced, which strengthen our immune system and repairs tissues. We also see actually that there's an increase in productivity and creativity, which is very important, and that helps boost overall performance in general. Now, a lot of people say, well, I try my best to sleep, but how do I get proper sleep? And what we recommend for that is maintain a consistent sleep schedule. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, including weekends. Create a relaxing bedtime routine, engage in calming activities, and limit your screen time before bed. Avoid screens at least an hour before you go to bed, and that's going to help reduce the exposure of blue light and promote better sleep.
Dr. Raut, thank you so much.
Thanks so much for having me.